5. You need to wake up. 4. Please, they're coming. 3. What do we do, Captain? 2. Open fire. 1. Ejecting passenger from cryopod. Those were the first words I heard when I hit the cold metal floor. It was so blurry that I couldn't see anything. And then suddenly, all around me, I heard a voice. It sounded female. It sounded like... Before I could finish my thought, what seemed to be a holograph of a woman appeared in front of me. Sorry for your dramatic re-entrance. I thought the engineers would have installed a rail so you wouldn't go face first into the floor. But that's not important right now. We need you at the bridge ASAP. Where and I... Who are you? Who's we? Where the heck am I? I demand to know where I am. Man, that cryo sickness really did a number on you. It must have caused some form of amnesia. I mean, you weren't even out for that long. You were in there for just a year. A year? Where am I? You're on a UNE exploration ship, proudly named the Spearhead, first of its class. A spaceship? How? Why am I on here? Oh boy, this is bad. Sorry to break it to you, but you're the captain of this ship. The reason you're awake right now is because we were going to broadcast the first successful instantaneous jump to another system to all the people on Earth. It's a big moment for humanity, of course. This is insane. I don't even know who I am. Not even my freaking name. Oh, don't worry. All you have to do is be presentable in front of all of humanity. Make the jump and then you can go back into cryosleep. Who's going to command the ship then? We have a secondary captain for situations like this. Now here, get dressed. It's almost time. I started getting ready with the clothes this AI gave me. It had a UN logo on it. I don't remember the UN ever having a space force, not even an army. I need to find out what is going on. The AI started giving me instructions to the bridge and gave me a table with the script of my speech I was supposed to give to the rest of humanity. It was a large burden for someone who just came into the world knowing nothing. I walked into the bridge and saw a man and woman rapidly stand up and salute me. Didn't really expect that, to be honest. Sir, it's good to see you in good health. Captain, this is Second Lieutenant Velasquez. He was the top in his class in aeronautics in the United States Air Force, and is a master at almost everything. Well, almost everything. It chuckled to itself. And this is Cadet Von Deo, a master of physics and a bachelor in biology from MIT. Quite impressive. Captain. Just by glancing at her for less than a second, I saw she wasn't the military type, unlike Velasquez. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Start the transmission to Earth. Copy that, sir. I saw her starting to press some buttons on her station, and soon a screen showed the insides of the famous UN General Assembly, with all the representatives of the nations of the world waiting for me to speak, and probably the rest of the world was listening too. I started reading my speech. Representatives of the United Nations and all the people of Earth, today is a historical moment for not only the whole that is humanity, but to the future generations of our kind. Today marks the day we as a species venture into the stars to claim them as our own, explore the galaxy and discover the mysterious of the universe. We will become the people of the stars today, and with this new technology, we are able to achieve this, which was unheard of many years ago. So think of the endless possibilities that await us in the future. Today is the step that will lead humanity to great wonders and achievements. Now, let us take that step now. Lieutenant Velasquez, set course to the Epsilon Eridani system. Yes, sir. Setting course to the Epsilon Eridani system. We are jumping in 5, 4. I started hearing something strange behind me. It sounded like scratching and screeching of something like an animal. 3, 2. I then heard 2 words in English that made me rethink this whole exploration operation. Turn back. 1. Jump. What I saw turned my insides out. It was so beautiful and yet so terrifying. So many colors went by so fast, and in an instant, everything turned black. No stars, just pure blackness. And then, it spoke a sentence to me, but I didn't know what type of language it was. But it sounded so familiar. Ingressus est stamin. Suddenly, we dropped out of the void and entered real space again. Sir, by the computer's calculations, we are 10.5 light years away from the Sol system. We have made it to the Epsilon Eridani system. It worked. He exhaled his shaking breath. We were all excited, but what we expected was what we got. A couple of rocky, barren worlds and 2 gas giants. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't expecting a lush planet, but nevertheless, I shouldn't get my hopes up. But what concerned me the most was that voice. What was it warning me about? Maybe in some way, it's connected with my memory loss. Before I could ponder it any longer, I was interrupted by Velasquez. Sir, orders. I'll take it from here, Lieutenant, stated the AI. Miss Vaughn, may you take the captain to the sickbay and examine him for any anomalies. Precautions are essential since, if there is any sign of trouble, there are no reinforcements coming to rescue us. Why me? I'm not a doctor, not even a medic. Can't you do it? If you are able to conduct these types of trivia tests, can't you? I need to make sure the radiation from our jump doesn't melt our armor and expose us to the vacuum of space. As your commanding lieutenant, I order you to stop bickering and to do what it tells you, cadet. Yes, sir. I was then escorted down the hall by Miss Vaughn to the medbay, presumably to examine the mystery that is my amnesia. I felt that she didn't like taking orders with an intelligence not of human origin, so I took the initiative. Having just achieved the greatest leap for humanity, you don't seem overly joyed, Miss Vaughn. You can call me Alyssa, Captain. I'm not so strict as a Mr. Lieutenant over there. You can say that again, I laughed, and I turned to her, still laughing, and she smiled. I took her for such a serious person. I kind of forgot she was human. Come on, let's get you to the medbay. I had totally forgotten that we were in space and there was no gravity. So, when I saw that walking was an easy task, I thought that we're a form of inertial dampeners being activated. This is too much. Can I ask you something? She nodded to my question. What year is it? The year. Run. Run. We all started.
Of a scholar.
Run. It's 2023. Thank you. I could tell some suspicion was starting to arise between us, but then, out of the corner of my eyes at the medbay, honestly, on first glance, it looked more of like a laboratory than a medical bay. Advanced machinery, holoprojectors, and advanced medication to cure almost all diseases known to man. It was incredible. I need you to lie down here, please. She led me to the bed with advanced scanning equipment above it. Maybe it was to scan my brain or do basic surgeries, like in that movie, Prometheus. I lay down on the bed and the machine started moving up and down, adjusting and measuring. After about 2 minutes, the machine retreated to its original position. Then I got up and started walking to Alyssa, but her expression frightened me. Hey, you okay? What's wrong? I then turned to see the screen she was observing. What I saw caused me to become null of reaction. It was a worm-like organism. It was small but noticeable. It was near my cerebellum, wiggling around as if making room. Before I could react and look at Alyssa, I was knocked unconscious. Slowly, I started becoming conscious again, but I wasn't in the medbay, not even in the ship. All I saw was white, and it was blinding. I fell on my knees from the pain. What felt like years, the lights vanished, and I heard a voice. At first, it was speaking an unknown language, and I tried responding, but it was useless. And then slowly, it started speaking English. Human, you have crossed a line you were not ready for. What business do you have here? What are you talking about? Crossed what line? You have crossed thy warp, an area of space far beyond your comprehension, and these actions do have harsh consequences. Consequences? We've done nothing wrong. We came all this way, and for what? Just so you, what if you are, stop us. You clearly have never met humanity. You misunderstand. We are trying to help you. However, you have unintentionally caused chaos to grow throughout the timeline that is your universe. Chaos? How? How do you know this? What are you? We are called the Ones. Beings from long ago that have died out many thousands of years ago. We have seen your kind. We see great promise, but also great disaster as well. But you have caused the line to shatter. The reason we are here is to keep you on the path. If you stray from the path, we cannot predict the future, and in turn protect humanity. We do not have much time. We are sorry, but you have made this your fate. What? Are you gonna kill us? No. There's a reason why humanity was not supposed to achieve FTL during this time. Only after 13,000 years will humanity be safe to travel the stars. I am deeply sorry, but if you survive this trial, you must heed my warning, human. Beware the... My surroundings became blurry, and the white void started to dissipate. Beware who? Don't go, please. Beware who? Answer me! Slowly, my vision came back to me and I found myself back on the medical bed. I felt like I was hit with 5 concussions all at once, and I sat up and I was greeted by Alyssa with a friendly hug. Thank God you made it out safely. What happened? I was half awake. You fell unconscious, so I rushed you to the surgery bed and got whatever that thing was out of your head. I made sure to kill it and injected it out. I need to see Velasquez. I think we're in trouble. I saw. Before I could finish my sentence, the ship's intercom came on. It was Velasquez, and he sounded panicked. I need both of you up here ASAP. Now. Stay here. You need to rest. I'll go check what the idiot wants. No, I'm the captain of the ship. I'll be fine. Let's go. With hesitation, she nodded in agreement, and we started sprinting to the bridge. "What's going on?" I said aggressively. "Sir, we have multiple objects appearing at the edge of the solar system." I saw primal fear on his face. The ones. This is what they were talking about. "We have 10, no, 60, no, 200 objects at the edge of the Iridani system, sir." "Zoom in on the objects. We need to observe what we're dealing with." The screen showed pixels of hundreds if not thousands of objects. With some enhancement, what I saw shocked me to the core. Those weren't ships. Those were organisms. Mile-long biomasses. That's impossible. Nothing that size can live in space. "Sir, they seem to have spotted us. Should I jump back to Earth?" "No," I shouted. "They could track us back, and we can't risk that." "Screw this. Screw you. I'm taking us back home." "Are you insane? We can't lead them back to our home." "I'm not dying here. I have a family." Jump sequence initiated, commencing instantaneous jump in 5, 4, 3. "You idiot. You'll end all of humanity." I charged to the station to cancel that order. He got up and tackled me before I could get to the controls. It didn't help. I had just got out of surgery too. 2, 1. Before I could hit any serious blows, all three of us looked up to the main screen of the bridge, and I saw 5 words that crushed all of my hope. "Jump unsuccessful. Subspace anomaly detected." Behind the error display, we saw those things getting closer and closer. Putting our fight aside, we checked to see if the system was working properly. Second time error. Third time error. The fourth time was an error too. "Do we still have sublight engines?" I asked. "We do, but..." "Shut up and get us out of here. Move to the nearest gas giant and hide behind the dark side of the planet." "Sir, we have incoming vessels, too fast to be intercepted with our defenses." "Fire the autocannons. Brace for impact." These smaller craft were accelerating towards us at high speeds, but they weren't firing any projectiles. Too big to be missiles. They're boarding craft. They zipped past the bridge and soon we heard an alarm. Hull breach in sections 4 and 9. Multiple organisms rushing toward the reactor. "We need guns now. We can't let them access the database and find Earth. Erase everything and send a warning to Earth now." Alyssa started typing rapidly at her station. "Sending transmission to Earth." I could hear her silent cries. "Here, sir, take this. 5 mags for me and you, and 2 for Alyssa." I received a G-36C, and he got a M249, while Alyssa was given a Glock. Me and Velasquez set up positions and sealed the protective door, which separated the whole ship from the bridge. The aliens had made it to the reactor. They are tearing it apart. Luckily, the fusion drive will not cause an explosion. "I'm sorry. It's been an honor, sir." "The honor is all mine." The power to the ship disconnected, and the bridge was in total darkness. We turned on our flashlights and prepared for our soon final moments, aiming our weapons at the door. "It's been an honor, sir," said Velasquez. I looked at him. "Likewise, Lieutenant." Faintly, we heard the sound of screams, hissing in hunger from those things, and then it stopped. We got ready, only looking at the door. If I just knew sooner, I could have saved him. Within seconds, the foundation where the lieutenant was located collapsed. He fell, and God, the sounds. His screams and the sounds of being devoured alive. It shook me to the core. I started opening fire at the hole full of those Xenos. There were so many of them. Once my mag was empty, I stood in shock. All I saw left was blood. His screams continued even as the monsters left and headed deeper into the vents. I looked at Alyssa to see if she was alright, but her face. The red dripping down her face. The Glock on the floor. the single bullet case on the floor. I looked away and fell to my knees. I screamed in anger and in sadness. The rage inside me was boiling up, and soon I heard them again. Dozens of them came out of the vent and covered the walls of the bridge. I stood still, and so did they. Soon, a creature that seemed to command these swarmers came out of the vent and approached me, standing at about 7 feet tall while hunched back. I was taken aback. Was this one going to personally take me out, or eat me? I wouldn't go down without a fight. As if in unison, they all said in broken English, "You should have never crossed the warp." I raised my gun and they started screaming. I fired every last bullet into those things, using my rage to keep taking them out even after half my body was gone. I was eaten alive. Before I was completely gone, the large alien approached me, grabbed me by the ribs as I screamed in pain. He held me close and he opened his jaw. Everything was black. Out of nowhere, that same familiar voice started echoing all around me. "The correction has been placed, and the line has become uncrossed once again. Humanity will be safe for now. But remember, beware those that call." Doctor, he's waking up. Let me see. Go get some food and water ready. He's gaining consciousness. Welcome back, Mr. Anderson. Where am I? You're at a hospital in downtown LA. You were involved in a deadly construction accident. We have contacted your family. They're on their way as we speak. My family? Yes, they're on their way. Don't worry, your injuries have healed and you will be released soon. Excuse me, I am needed elsewhere. He left in a hurry, probably to tend to another patient. My family soon arrived in a matter of minutes. I was later told that I was involved with a vehicle explosion during the construction of the Spearhead's propulsion systems. Once I had returned home, I immediately went to my laptop and searched up any news on the Spearhead. It was worse than I expected. We lost contact with them 12 hours ago. But the most disturbing news: apparently 3 rescue ships were sent to recover the Spearhead. However, they found the Spearhead in a destroyed state located at the edge of the solar system. The more closely I look at it, the more I see those things looking back at us. This was published 30 minutes ago. I'm writing to whoever is reading this to understand that there are things in the universe that we are not prepared for whatsoever. But there is another thing. Every time I had a vision about the ones, their sentence would cut off, right at the end. Well, when I saw the photo of the destroyed Spearhead, I had another vision, but this one didn't cut off. Here's the full message. Interpret this as you will. Hear me, human. We do not have much time left, but heed our final warning. Beware those they call Tyranids.